If you guys need any cards, packs, sleeves, anything of that nature, shop on TCG Player using my affiliate link in the description. Those of you that read the title of this video might think that we were here to discuss which format is better or the pros and cons of GOAT and Edison format, but actually we're here to resolve an even more pressing question, which is who would win in a fight, the GOAT format decks or the Edison format decks. Now, some of you might say, Carpath, that's obvious. It's Edison format. They've got the extra deck. There is a faster format. It's a higher power ceiling format. Some people on the other side might say, actually, it's obvious. The GOAT format has all these crazy banned cards, like Pot of Greed and BLS. They have Graceful Charity. They all these crazy cards that would just be like broken auto win buttons. They have triple trap dust shoot. Triple dust shoot. Your chances of getting dust shooted are like 40%. So, yeah, there's kind of an argument that it could go either way. I think I probably lean towards Edison being the more powerful format myself. Though I do think GOAT could definitely just like sack wins with their crazy power cards, as I mentioned before. There's probably a lot of weird interactions with cards that are in both decks that are like format contextual that might be bad in certain situations or good in certain situations. So we're gonna find out here. We have two different matchups. The first one is Frogs versus Warrior. I believe I actually didn't watch this one yet because I was not involved in it. We've got Corinna versus Allison. Corinna playing Warrior, Allison playing Frogs. So Corinna opens up a pretty bad hand versus Frogs anyway. I don't know what you're supposed to do. She goes set 2 summon Breaker. Now, in GOAT format, this is just a terrible opening move that you would never ever do, I think. Like, you wouldn't play into heavy like this, because getting heavied in GOAT is for 2 is just like so bad. It is so bad. And then like you would never just waste your Breaker like this, because Breaker is actually super important in GOAT format, and you always want to try to get value out of it if you can, at least usually. So I think this is a play that you pretty much never do in a GOAT game, but obviously this isn't a GOAT game. She's playing against an Edison deck, so very different. Top deck's the Greedy Jar. Oh my god. Draws 2. This Dupe Frog is going to be a problem, though. She's going to need to find an out to it. I believe, obviously, Spy is a thing in GOAT format, so the Warrior deck has to have ways of contending with these 2K walls. So there must be an out somewhere. Anyway, Allison going to go for a Stratos, which is pretty much a crazier normal summon than anything that exists in GOAT format. Just like normal summon an 1800 body, yep, +1. I mean, that's kind of unheard of in GOAT format. It's really broken. Then again, like Pot of Greed is unheard of in Edison format. Just like, oh, a spell, draw 2. That's crazy. Yeah, anyway, going to run over the Dawn Zalug, so getting a nice, basically a +2 there. Going to search the Junk Synchron. Corinna just hits over, or tries to hit over, but then remembers that there's a Dupe Frog there. And then it goes set everything. Just like Prey No Storm, top deck, I guess, is the thinking. She does have the Torrential to out this Dupe block. For some reason, she holds it until the end? Could have made these dupes miss timing. I guess it doesn't really matter so long as you get to hit in with a Kaiku. Kind of funny, this Warrior deck just main decks like multiple Kaikus. Obviously, this is something you would pretty much never do in Edison format, but it just happens to be really good here because it can banish the Treeborns and it turns off Miracle Fusion, so pretty rough for the the Frog matchup here. Just the Treeborns are gone. They're gone forever. Say goodbye. Allison's gonna summon Junk. Going to go for a play? No, just bounce back and MST'd, and looks like scooping it up in game number 1. The Kaiku Dawn Zalug ripping apart the hand and the graveyard. Just actually too much to deal with for the Frog deck. Gonna go set Treeborn, pass. Looks like that's gonna eat a Warrior Lady. And now, one of those infamous dust shoots I was talking about. Corinna has 3 of this, which, if you think about it, against the Frog deck, they're like always going to be live too. That's rough. Pot of Greed again. Oh my god. Doesn't draw an out to the dupe though, so just go set. We see a swap get summoned going to be met with a Torrential. I guess that's maybe why she didn't commit the Wangu to the field. Now going to go for the Wangu. Wangu also pretty good. I think this is probably a side deck card in GOAT format. But yeah, very, very decent in this matchup. Let's see. So she tries to summon the Swordsman under Wangu, which like she can't do. Looks like they're just going to fix that, take it back. Once again, we see the Stratos getting summoned. Man, this Stratos is just so big in GOAT format. Like, it's big in Edison, too. Like, 18 is a very decent stat line for a level 4 normal summon in Edison. In GOAT, that's just, like, really big. It's just, like, kills everything. So, Stratos obviously nuts. We're going to be going for the dupe lock. There's no more Torrential. It's gone. Gonna have to find another way to clear this. Corinna does have the Book of Moon. Book of Moon hit into the sub, banished the last Treeborn. Oh my god, these Kaikus, they're going so hard against this frog deck. Looks like, alright, we're going to flip up the Snowman, kill the Kaiku, summon the Junk Synchron, bounce back, make a level 5 Synchro, and that's going to have to be met with a Judgment, because Corinna does not have any outs. Man, just summoning Synchros, though. So good, so good. Corinna top decks, smashing, probably regretting that Judgment usage right about now. Goes for the normal summon, Mystic Swordsman level 2, but that's going to eat a Mirror Force. Allison really valuing the dupe frog here, just thinking like, Corinna has to find an out to this. It is not easy, actually. Gonna go in with the Elemental Hero Ocean. There's nothing really to get back with this, just poking in. It's gonna be met with a Kaiku. Kaiku gonna banish 2 more cards, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Everything you've ever loved and valued is gone already. So we're just gonna set a Snowman Eater. Looks like Allison brought in Sirocco, which is pretty good in this matchup, probably. One thing to consider about Edison format is that every deck has Cyber Dragon in the side, pretty much. And Cyber Dragon is nuts versus GOAT format decks. Absolutely nuts. I don't know if we're going to see it, because I know in my match I forgot to side it in. Oh, man, that was a dumb move. But, yeah, obviously, clear Spy, gets over all these warrior things, just, like, so fast, so aggressive for GOAT format. Obviously, Cyber Dragon being printed is infamously kind of what ended GOAT format. Anyway, Allison going to go for a Tribute Summon, Malicious Edge, try to hit over this, going to be eating a Sakuretsu. Now there's a Miracle Fusion follow-up. Could have chained the Call of the Haunted to bring back Kaiku to stop that Miracle Fusion, right? That's a thing, right? That would have worked. Pretty big misplay there by Corinna, I think. I'm pretty sure that is how that would work. Gonna go for the Mystic Swordsman. Now bringing back the Kaiku. But Gores is just gonna end the game. Oh my god, we haven't even talked about Gores. Yeah, obviously Gores doesn't exist in GOAT, which is probably a good thing. I don't know. Gores is just nuts. The level of power of just being able to summon like 2 huge guys for no reason at all. It would be an absolute nightmare for GOAT format decks to contend with, and it basically just ends the game right there for Warrior. Oh my god. Just like imagine a Warrior deck trying to deal with Gores. Like, they can't even Judgment it. They can't do anything to it. They just need to have the battle traps to deal with it. You just need to draw Mirror Force, actually. Anyway, game number 3, Warrior going to be going first. Once again, there is a... Oh, accidentally drew 7 for turn. We got a Kaiku pass. Might have wanted to start with Zombira here. I don't know why you're risking your Kaiku, given that this card is basically like your win con. But yeah, gonna summon a Stratos, probably try to crash. It's just gonna eat a Sakuretsu, I would think. Yep, and going to set Torrential and pass. Corinna's playing around it, just hits for 18, banishes the hero, so the Miracle Fusion is now gonna take a little more to be live, but these Snowman Eaters. Snowman Eater is a very pesky flip monster. It's kind of like a Spy combined with a Knight Assailant, I guess, from the perspective of a GOAT player, and yeah, going to be rough. This is probably going to get Torrential, right? I don't think you can let that go. Yeah. Torrential, we've got a Substitute, summon, get the swap, send the Treeborn, attack. Got to be very careful with these Treeborns. Don't want to send them both at once, obviously. Another Kaiku, oh my god. Going to banish the Treeborn, banish the swap, and then end phase Dust Tornado. Obviously, Sirocco is just going to eat this Kaiku, though. Send the other Treeborn Frog, hit in for 1k with the swap, pass. Corinna's still got a lot of gas in his hand. Zombira just straight beats over this. I don't know why you're rotating for Exiled Force. Can't you just summon Zombira? I feel like if there's ever a time to summon Zombira. Oh no, we're just going for game. No, wait, this isn't game. Why are you doing this? Huh. I guess... Okay, this isn't terrible. It, like, threatens a lot. I guess if there's no Gores, then, like, you could potentially just kill next turn. But there is just a Miracle Fusion, and, that's probably going to end the game. Yeah. You committed a lot here. I guess it's not over. You can go smashing, summon Zombira. Maybe, is that okay to do? Yeah, smashing someone's on Byra. This is obviously not great, though. The Treeborn into Caius. You need to be able to judgment this Caius, but there's another Miracle Fusion off the top. That is so not okay. Oh, this is looking rough for Corinna. Oh, no. Okay, she can exile Force, but there's going to be a Ryza being summoned, and there's no way to stop that. Man, couldn't she have standby phase called back Wangu to stop the Treeborn? Or, like, draw phase called back the Wangu? Or it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is the second time Corinna should have used Call to revive a Floodgate to, like, stay alive. Like, this game was actually winnable, I think, if she did that, right? Am I mistaken? Did I miss something? I don't know. Corinna, use Call to revive your Floodgate monsters to interrupt the frog player from killing you. That's my advice. Alright, other match here. We have, this one is Blackwings versus Chaos Turbo. Trying, of course, to get decks that are representative. I'm playing Blackwings. I want RPS. We have Dust Shoot. Ironically, given that we're the one with one Dust Shoot and Corinna's the one with multiple, probably two in the main deck, I think is the standard. I don't know why I'm not showing both hands. But yeah, she goes set Nobleman, set Spy. Probably never set Nobleman and Goat. Sometimes maybe, but like Breaker being out would be really scary. Breaker's just like a very impactful card in Goat format. Actually, she knew at this point that I knew her hand. She was probably just like trying to make me play around mirror without actually putting the mirror out on the field. So yeah, it definitely worked because I played around mirror and then we get hit with the Spy and we don't have a great way to deal with it. I could collude over it, but I decided to chill. Here I considered Mind Control, but I decided to hit in. Given that it was a Magician of Faith, I probably should have Mind Controlled it, but we end up getting good value out of this Mind Control anyway at some point. We do know a lot of the hands still. She goes Upstart, and then we get Dust Shooted, which is tragic because our Dark Armed gets ripped, and Dark Armed is pretty crazy, but actually BLS is just even crazier than Dark Armed, so it's pretty fair that we have it. Now we go for the Mind Control, thinking that this might be the Night Assailant, which we could clear one of these spies with, but it's a Dekoichi, which is basically just as good. We grab Bottomless, and like, here's a kind of like weird situation. I got this Bottomless and this D-Prison, and they're both pretty worthless this whole game. And then she's got this Nobleman, which is also just worthless this whole game because playing Blackwings, so kind of showing off some awkward cards we play. But then she rips Graceful Charity, which is not good for me. Not good for me whatsoever. Gonna pitch the Spy and the Assailant, of course. Now pitching the Thunder Dragon. We know about the Faith at this point, so it's just like we got to stop this thing at all costs. I go for Dark End Dragon to try and out the set monster. Just gonna work, and then we hit in. She actually doesn't mirror this. I guess she just knew she would draw Snatch Steal. I don't know. I'm going to Jar of Greed, finds the Breaker. The Breaker, of course, eats the Bottomless. Breaker's probably just a lot worse in Edison format if you think about it. Like, there's just, it's so many, like, so many of the back row we play are so much more, like, reactive that it's pretty much never going off. I'm going to hit him with the Dark End Dragon, but we got tons of life points thanks to the Snatch Steal and the Upstart. Well, I don't think we gain anything from Snatch Steal yet, but we will now. Going to take another 21, but that's fine. The Goat format Chaos Turbo deck just doesn't put on a lot of pressure, so we got plenty of turns to find something. Here we're going to go for the Whirlwind Search. The Mirror Force is out of the way, and we just have game with Brain Control Colute here. So yeah, going to be going to game number 2. And this is a game I was talking about where I forgot to side in Cyber Dragon. That was definitely a bad move. I get spied on turn 1 too again. I'm just feeling really dumb. Like, why didn't I bring in Cyber Dragon? She had the MST for the Whirlwind as well, which is just like, dang. This is like my win con. This card's better than Pot of Greed. It gives me a +1 every turn. But now we have to get past these 2 spies. We have an Icarus set, trying to be very patient about when we use it. We eat a Book of Moon. That's fine. Pot of Greed. It's pretty good for Corinna. She finds Breaker again. We find the second Whirlwind. Man, I've drawn this card a lot. We are just sacking out here, actually. We search for the only target. We have the Skilled Dark, hit over it, pass. She goes for the Breaker. We can't really let that resolve, so we just kill one of the spies, kill the Breaker. Obviously, don't want to go willy-nilly targeting back row in this situation, since the spies are the actual obstacle that we don't have a free out for. Plus, they could just be like Jar of Greed or whatever. They're not, but, you know, could have been. Here I do go for the back row because this sets up our value play, so we can just beat over this spy. So I might as well hit over the back, or get rid of the back row and then hit over this. Here, I maybe should have attacked in the other order. I didn't count on her drawing the final spy, and we do get walled by that. I don't really feel like colluding over it. So we just chill. The tribe is going to out our board, which is not great for us. +1 for Corinna there, but we have Whirlwind, which says +1 every turn, so that's pretty good. I think we should have hit over tribe there with the Book of Moon, maybe. Yeah, probably. Or we should have said something, because we were going to die if she drew BLS. So, yeah, I think probably made a minor misplay there. And maybe it depends. Seems minor in retrospect because she didn't have the BLS, but at the moment I just like remembered, oh crap, if she has BLS, I just die here. We get Geki Braked, which is kind of fine. She maybe should have waited on this. Like, I might have gone for the Battle Step Book of Moon or something, or Sync Road. But the Serpent is going to, of course, generate some good value here. And we just go set, add back the Serpent, kills my thing, attacks, playing around Torrential here, I guess. Yeah, I go set again. Situation's actually not looking very good for me. I really wish I had one of those Cyber Dragons. We draw a Blackwing monster, though, which is so good. Get that Collude Search, hit over, get the Shura Search. This build actually plays Mistral. So we go ahead, make level 6, and then I standby phase DDV. Killing the Setmoth, killing the Spy, giving us all the info. We know the hand now, and it's not particularly scary. So we just go in, force out that Mirror Force straight away. Shouldn't have anything to attack me with. Draws Storm, which is pretty good, but kind of too late. I already resolved Whirlwind approximately 18 times. We're going to make Goyo Guardian, take the Zombira, set the Judgment, which just answers whatever she draws. Goes for Upstart, goes for Delinquent Duo. I shouldn't have Judgmented this Duo. I should have saved it 100%. So this was definitely a misplay. But I guess it was kind of cocky because it was just like, well, I'm going to win next turn. But I didn't know I was going to win next turn. I do happen to win next turn because I drew the Collude, but, you know, maybe I wouldn't have won next turn, and then she top decks BLS, and I'm like, damn, wish I still had that Judgment. I guess we would have had Brain Control, but we might have just died. I don't know. I don't want to do the math right now, but yeah, obviously we just go in for game with the second Collude, managed to take this one 2-0 with the power of just drawing Black Whirlwind over and over again, overwhelming the Trinity pieces here against Chaos Turbo. So those were the matches. Edison won both of them, kind of within my expectations. Obviously, I think the games were at least semi-competitive-ish. It wasn't blowout. They went pretty long in both cases. The Frog one even went to a game 3. You could definitely see a world where Corinna won that one. So it's probably not super one-sided, but I do definitely agree with my original assessment. I lean towards Edison being the higher power level format. Anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments of the matches. I thought they were pretty interesting, actually. So, yeah, pretty cool games. I'll see you in the next one. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.